welcome to the 700 Club. Democrats on the Iowa debate stage put everyone to sleep last night. The moment everyone's talking about happened after it was all over.
Bernie Sanders offered to shake Elizabeth Warren's hand, and she refused. Why the snub and what happened next? Jenna Browder has the story.
Last night in Iowa, 6 Democrats took the debate stage in Des Moines with an unexpected dose of Midwest nice.
Bernie is my friend, and I am not here to try to fight with Bernie.
But that didn't stop Elizabeth Warren from addressing the elephant in the room. Reports Bernie Sanders told her in 2018 that a woman couldn't win the election.
Well, as a matter of fact, I didn't say it.
And I think the best way to talk about who can win is by looking at people's winning record. So, can a woman beat Donald Trump? Look at the men on this stage. Collectively, they have lost 10 elections. The only people on this stage who have won every single election that they've been in are the women, Amy and me.
Amid growing tensions between the U.S. and Iran, foreign policy dominated the evening. Sanders hammering Joe Biden for his Iraq war vote.
I did everything I could to prevent that war. Joe saw it differently.
I said 13 years ago it was a mistake to give the president the authority to go to war.
Others took issue with President Trump's Iran policy.
We have a situation where he got us out of the Iranian nuclear agreement. As president, I will get us back into that agreement.
Obviously, Mr. Trump has no strategy.
On health care, Biden hit Sanders for not being candid with voters about the cost of his plan.
I think we need to be candid with voters. I think we have to tell them what we're going to do and what it's going to cost.
While Pete Buttigieg pushed back on Warren's claim that his plan is too small.
We got to move past a Washington mentality that suggests that the bigness of plans only consists of how many trillions of dollars they put through the Treasury.
And the moment getting perhaps the most attention happened after the debate. Sanders appearing to offer to shake Warren's hand, and she possibly rejects it. The two then getting into what looks to be a serious conversation. The Iowa caucus is now less than 3 weeks away. A new Des Moines Register poll has Sanders at the top of the race, with Biden, Warren, and Buttigieg all close behind. Jenna Browder, CBN News.
Well, oddly, the impeachment that's going to happen, that hearing, trial, whatever you want to call it, is going to happen in the Senate. And Senator Warren and Senator Sanders are going to be off the campaign trail. The reason why? Well, the articles of impeachment were held up for weeks, and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is now moving forward. John Jessup has more on that story from our CBN News Bureau in Washington. John?
Thanks, Gordon. The House of Representatives votes to send the articles of impeachment to the Senate today. Speaker Pelosi then will sign and send them over in a formal ceremony. She'll also name the House impeachment managers who will prosecute the case against President Trump. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell plans to start initial phases of the trial, like swearing in senators as jurors this week. The trial itself is scheduled to begin next Tuesday. Well, turning overseas, French President Emmanuel Macron is hosting several African leaders to boost the fight against Islamic extremism on the African continent. The presidents of Mali, Burkina Faso, Chad, Niger, and Mauritania arrived in the French capital as concerns grow over radical Muslims continuing to kill thousands of people, including Christians. The African terror group known as Al-Shabaab reportedly has killed 25 Christians in Kenya in the past 5 weeks. According to the group International Christian Concern, among them, 3 Christian teachers who were killed Monday by the terror organization based in neighboring Somalia. In addition to groups that are affiliated with al-Qaeda, ISIS is also making inroads across the continent. President Macron is urging the United States to redouble efforts in fighting the scourge of radical Islam in Africa. Macron believes ISIS is the most dangerous terror group in Africa at the moment.